What's up, guys? This is Bryant Parr, and this is a new segment of Cinematic Judgment that I am calling The Dark Side. Here, I gotta catch my breath real quick. Here, in The Dark Side, we're going to talk about a lot of very serious things. I am going to be swearing a lot. I'm going to be using the F word. I'm going to be talking about certain things that you wouldn't normally see in my normal videos. So if you have any children nearby, or if there's any kids near here, or if you have sensitive ears, please click out of this video and go watch some of my Cinematic Judgment videos or Bryant Parr in the Car videos listed down below. That being said, let's get this show on the road. Today we're going to talk about hating. Now, I'm not going to get into this whole it's okay to feel sad sometimes type of thing, although I have a lot of respect for that person. Today we're going to talk about Jake Lloyd. To start out the dark side, I thought it would be fitting to talk about someone who basically has joined the dark side. Jake Lloyd. Where do we start with Jake Lloyd? I don't know all the history about Jake Lloyd. I don't know everything that has happened with him, and it's not my business. I know that he started out as a child actor. I know that he starred in one of the biggest names in movie and science fiction history. And he played a major role as a character. Jake Lloyd starred in several movies, most notably The Phantom Menace. But he also starred in I believe it was Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. But today we're going to talk about why his career went down the toilet. His career went down the toilet after The Phantom Menace. After The Phantom Menace tanked, everyone complained about Jar Jar, rightfully so. I hate Jar Jar as much as the next guy. If you need more information on that, go watch my video on Bryant Parr in the Car, Why We Hate the Phantom Menace. But, more to the point, after The Phantom Menace tanked, believe it or not, The Phantom Menace did pretty well in the box office when it first came out. You know, it first came out, it did pretty well in the box office, and then people started to hate it. Well, it's not like this. Well, it's not like that. You know, this, that, and the other thing. It's not like the original Star Wars. Everyone really started to hate on it and just disrespect it, rightfully so. It sucked. It sucked really bad. But let me just start off by saying this. Jake Lloyd was in fucking Star Wars. You were not. I swear to God, I hear people all the time complain about how Jake Lloyd was just this terrible actor and he did this, that, and the other thing. Okay, first of all, he was in Star Wars and you're not, so shut your mouth, okay? Second of all, he was a star in several movies. He is a child actor. Now, when you're a child actor, your mind is a little bit less open to doing things your own way. When you're a child actor, you kind of do things that you're told to do. Okay, if someone tells you to behave in a certain way on screen, you're going to behave a certain way on screen. When someone tells you to behave differently, you're going to behave differently. Why? Because you're a kid. You don't know anything. The grown-ups are in charge. It's a little bit more complicated than that. But I get absolutely sick and tired of hearing people complain about Jake Lloyd. You know, oh, he was a terrible actor. Oh, he wasn't that good. Oh, my gosh. You know, he just whined all the time and this, that, and the other thing. He's a fucking kid. Guys, that's what he does. That's what child actors do. You know, you guys complain about all sorts of child actors. Now, there are some child actors out there who are really good. Okay, there's some child actors that just do a phenomenal job. Like I said, I can't think of any off the top of my head. Mostly because I don't study up on child actors. But like I said, please, please, please stop the hate. Okay? Jake Lloyd, yes, he did go down a bad path. Now here's where I'm going to be, kind of the devil's advocate here. I'm not sure of the full story, but to my knowledge that he got into a fight with his mother, and he went on this high-speed police chase down the highway and was arrested, or whether he was put in jail. Like I said, I don't know the whole story. But I do know that we need to spread a little bit more love. Bob Marley, one love. We all need to share it. We are all a part of the same tree. We are all in the same damn boat, and we should all be rowing at the same pace. Elsewise, we will get lost in the currents and swept down under, only to drown as a species. Now, so far, we've done a pretty good job of it. We've worked together. We have the capability of wiping our entire species off the planet, but we haven't. It's never come to that. We came real close, but it's never come to that. It'd be the destruction of the human race for us all to hate each other. I have a best friend. His name's Brian. I know, Brian and Bryant, but we're still best friends. Brian and I have been at each other's throats before. We've hated each other, we've laughed together, we've cried together. We've helped each other out. I've seen him homeless and he's seen me homeless. But I've never hit him. He's never hit me and I've never hit him. Because we respect each other enough to never do that. Because we know that we both come from different backgrounds. We both know that we both come from different points of life and different points of view. Now, we never agree on anything. Brian and I can be we're totally, completely opposites. So how is it that we're still best friends? Because we have the ideals and moral way of looking at life? No. No, we don't. We respect each other. We respect each other enough to get along. And that's what we need to do as people. If you find someone you hate or that you don't like on television, that's fine. Congratulations, good for you. But please, for the sake of humanity, stop spreading the hate. Spread a little bit of love. Try it. I promise. It won't kill you. I promise. I swear on my life. It will not kill you to spread a little bit of love. It just won't. We get so caught up in arguments and complications and hate and anger and frustration. Why are we drawn to that? Humans are naturally born into struggle. We're naturally born to go against the current. So much so that when things are going right, we look for another path because it's just not the way that's just not the way it goes. We've gone against the grain so many times that we get confused when things go right. When something good comes along, we get confused. We love to complain about things. I complain about everything. As a human being, I complain about everything. I try not to. I'm constantly keeping myself in check. There's a little voice in the back of my head saying, don't be hating on this or don't hate on that. You gotta learn to love it. When something deserves to be complained about, yes. If you wake up in the But you do not need to be hating on every bad actor that there is. Hollywood is terrible about that. Pick, pick, pick. It's like those little what are they called? Woodpeckers. With a great big long beak, and they're constantly pecking at the wood. Naturally, that's what they do. That's what they have to do to survive. Humans are not like that. We don't have beaks. We don't have to be constantly picking at people. Did Jake Lloyd do a bad job in Star Wars? Sort of. Not yes, not no, sort of. Like I said, the whole thing just sucked. The animation, the story, the characters, fucking Jar Jar. But the characters in the animation and everything else, that has nothing to do with them as a person. Stop judging actors based on their life. Judge an actor on the way that they act. Judge a person on the way that they behave. An actor is only ever an actor when he's on screen. Now you may argue, well no, someone can act off screen too, you know. You could pretend, you know, like everything's good, or like you can pretend to be, you know, that you're a good person when really you're a bad person, or you can pretend to be happy when you're not. No. That's a person. When a person is on screen and they are acting. Now, me, I'm being a person to you. When I'm doing cinematic judgment, I'm an actor. I'm not a great actor, I'm not even a paid actor, but I'm an actor. Every actor puts a little bit of himself into his work. But nevertheless, every actor has to act a certain way. And for Jake Lloyd, that was how George Lucas wanted it. George Lucas is a fucking god. I mean, I swear, I'm serious. George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars, a billionaire. Disney bought Star Wars from George Lucas for like $4.5 billion, I think it was. Yes, that's billion with a B. That's a lot of money. If George Lucas showed up at my house tomorrow morning, I don't know that I would be able to speak, because I would be so awestruck that he even showed up. And to be a child actor, naturally you want to impress people. You want to do your job correctly. And so, you do what the director tells you. That's the way actors are. I want to be an actor so bad. And I know that when I get on my first set, I'm going to do exactly what that director tells me to do. I don't care if he tells me to lick his boots. I'm going to do it because that's what he told me to do. Call me a tool if you like. But that's what I'm going to do. Now, I sincerely doubt he's going to have me do that. But you guys gotta understand, Star Wars is a huge deal. A huge deal. Not just for science fiction fans, but also for movie fans. Every person... Okay, maybe not every person in the world, but every person in America and a whole long list of countries, as long as my arm, have heard of Star Wars and know exactly what it is. It's that big. It's a phenomenon. It's a worldwide phenomenon. There's a person in every single country who's heard of Star Wars. That's just how big they've gotten. And I congratulate them. You know, they did a great job. And that is a huge deal. All the more reason to do what the director says. I'm not going to sit here and harp about this. But I'm going to be making a whole bunch of other videos about actors that everyone else complains about that I think are good. Macaulay Culkin is next. Please, stop the hate. This has been The Dark Side. Thank you.